baseball who haven't won a single game when scoring 3 or fewer runs. Joe Torre back from his one-game suspension. Bottom of the first scoreless, Emil Brown facing Randy Johnson. 1 on and 2 out. And Brown hits his 6th homer of the year. 2-0 Kansas City for Brown, his 3rd straight multi-hit game. Now watch it again. Jorge Posada setting up inside, and Randy Johnson leaves it over the middle of the plate. For Randy Johnson, his 2nd complete game loss of the season. Top 9, Derek Jeter tying run at the plate. Mike McDougal gets him. Kansas City gets their first win, scoring 3 or less. Buddy Bell should retire. He's 2-0.
Orioles and Red Sox. Johnny Damon in the lineup Wednesday night, and he was joking around about his collision from Tuesday.
That's great.
Great stuff is right. But nobody in Boston was smiling about this. Miguel Tejada. Mickey T had 4 of the Orioles' 11 hits. You're looking at his 14th home run of the year. He's got 46 RBIs. First, he didn't think it was a homer because he stopped at second, but the umpire said, go ahead, go around the bases. Tim Wakefield, yikes. He allowed 7 runs in 5 2/3. Next batter, Sammy Sosa, who hit his first ever homer at Fenway, hits number 579 Wednesday night. He's now 4 behind Mark McGwire for 6th on the all-time list. 9-3 the final.
Indians and Twins, and Brad Radke just 9-15 lifetime against Cleveland, but that's a bit misleading. He's won his last 4 games against the Tribe. Casey Blake at the plate. Will the ballpark hold it? No, but Torrey Hunter will. Brings back the home run. Typical Torrey Hunter. And how often do you see it? A guy robs another player of a home run at the top of the 3rd, and then in the bottom of the 3rd, he hits a grand slam. Get out of town, and he always means it. Hunter had 6 RBIs, a career-high 5 hits, and the Twins go on to punish the Indians 6-2.
Decisions, but has a career 13-0 record against the Reds. With a win Wednesday, Oswalt would join Harry Kovaleski and Carl Mays as the only pitchers ever with a 14-0 record against one single team. Top of the 4th, tie game at 1. Bases loaded, Oswalt getting Joe Rander, the Joker, to ground into a double play. Oswalt led 7, allowing 4 hits. He struck out 4. 2-1 game, Astros winning. Ken Griffey Jr. swings and misses. Oswalt, now 6-6, gets the win, joins Kovaleski and Mays as the only pitchers to go 14-0 against the same team.
As for the Braves and the Nationals, Wilson Betterment was hitting in the 8th spot in that Atlanta batting order. Now, 2 of Betterment's early at-bats, he was walked intentionally in the 2nd inning and walked intentionally in the 6th inning. All right, this is the 8th place hitter. So in the 8th inning, Betterment's up, first base is open, and Frank Robinson elects to pitch to him this time with Julio Franco on deck. And as it turns out, the strategy doesn't work out that well. Betterment off Hector Carrasco and gone. Taking a look, Jose Guillen gave you the great effort, but he couldn't get it. Tied it for 2nd homer of the year for Betterment. He's 8 for his last 19. Marcus Giles, base hit to left. Pete Orr scores, no relation to Bobby. Atlanta scores 3 in the 8th, and they do win 5-4. Los Angeles against the birthday boy, Derek Lowe. He's 32 years old now, and well, that's not exactly the birthday present he was hoping for from Nefi Perez. 3-run shot, 6th homer of the year for Perez. And Derek Lowe would take it out on a stool in the dugout between innings. He's hot.
Nice.
Lowe ends up hurting his wrist during the outburst, ended up with a gash, but would stay in the game. Derek Lee off Juaner Sanchez, a 3-run shot of his own, his 17th of the year. He goes 5 for 5. The NL Triple Crown hopeful does, and the Cubs win again. Giants and Phillies. What was Jim Thome so ticked off about? Bottom of the 3rd, 2 out, 2 on. Well, it's been a tough season for him. Facing Kirk Reeder and the Phils down 2-0. He looks at an outside pitch, or what appeared to be outside. It's called a strike by the umpire, Paul Schreiber. So here's your next pitch, and Thome swings at a pitch even further outside, and the frustration setting in.
Right now, he'd like to take that bat and whack the umpire on the shin bone a couple times.
The lady said shin bone there. Thome on the next pitch looking again, and he's looking at a called 3rd strike. And Schreiber believes it caught the outside corner. Thome arguing. You don't see him get hot often. He's tossed. And then Thome will take it out on the old water cooler. It's been that kind of year for him. Bases loaded. Pinch hitter Chase Utley in the bottom of the 8th, tied at 6.
The 1-1. That one is hit in the air to right field. It's deep. Going back a roll. Looking up. That ball is gone. Line drive. Grand slam home run.
second career Grand Slam for them. The Giants lose their 6th straight. They're a season worst 5 under 500.
Diamondbacks Mets Indy 500 winner Dan Weldon visited ESPN Tuesday. He was at Shea Wednesday with Mike Piazza, Victor Zambrano, to Luis Gonzalez. Mike Cameron at the wall. Cammy telling Gonzo, don't even go there. Cameron robs Gonzalez of extra bases. He also went 1 for 4. Zambrano pitching a shutout into the 9th. 2-0 Mets lead. But he would give up a leadoff hit to Troy Gloss. Willie Randolph comes out. He has seen enough, but Zambrano gets a well-deserved standing O, giving up just 5 hits, struck out 5 in his best outing as a Met. No question. Braden Looper in, allowed that run to score. 2 outs, 2 on, and he gets Matt Cada. Looper his 12th save. Jose Reyes 3 hits, 3 stolen bases. Back, they're taking on the Angels. Francisco Rodriguez just activated from the DL. Here's a SportsCenter injury update for K-Rod. Out with that strained right forearm. The last outing he had, May 14th. 10 saves this year, 23 Ks in 16 innings pitched. White Sox down 10-7. Juan Uribe up, bags full, 2 out, 2-2 count.
Well, he sends it a long way down the line, but it's curving.
Chicago almost did it again. Another walk-off winner, but no, another chance for Uribe. 2 outs, 2-2 count. K-Rod takes care of business, and the Angels avoid the sweep. Dallas McPherson a homer and the go-ahead RBI double in this one. I'll tell you, these two teams play it close. How close? Consider this. After Wednesday night's game, the all-time series between the Angels and the White Sox now tied 315 to 315. And in those 631 all-time meetings that do include 1 tie, the 2 teams are separated by just a single run.
Well, the Rangers in Detroit and Bucks boys have it going on. They've won 9 straight games, and during that win streak, they've scored 72 runs. That's, wow, roughly 8 runs per game there. And the Texas Rangers, they're not just hitting, they're pitching. 2.22 team ERA in the American League during that win streak. It's the club's longest win streak since July of '99. Say hi to Tony Geritano, making a major league debut for Detroit. Geritano, base hit into right, scores Craig Monroe in the bottom of the 7th, tied it at 4. Geritano, the first Tiger with 2 hits in his major league debut since Robert Fick in '98. And then Brandon Inge, base hit into right, scores a pair. Rangers' 9-game win streak is over. Last 10 Tiger wins, all by 1 or 2 runs.
You know, the Padres wished every day was May Day. They were 22-6 in May and have won 24 of the last 30 games overall. The Pods excellent at Petco Park. They set a franchise record, winning 11 straight at home in May. They're a Major League best 18-4 at home. San Diego also a Major League best 13-4 in single-run games. They have 6 guys with 20 or more RBIs in their lineup. They lead the NL in runs scored with 265. The Arms, Adam Eaton, Jake Peavy are combined 12-1. Peavy 5-0 and hasn't lost since last September. So could the Padres continue their streaking in June for Bruce Bochy against the Brewers. Top 4, 4-0 game. Brewers up. Jeff Jenkins up against Brian Lawrence. Lawrence booed many times in this game. Here's an example why. A 412-foot shot for Jenkins, his 5th. Carlos Lee also went deep for the 13th time. Lawrence lasted just 5 2/3. And then bags full, Jeff Jenkins is there for the catch. That home winning streak snapped at 11. Doug Davis wins his 3rd straight start for the Brewers.
Clint Hurdle and his Rockies won 2-1 at Coors Field on Tuesday. He said this about 1-run games at Coors, like trying to eat spaghetti with a white shirt on. You look and say, my goodness, I didn't get anything on me, and you're kind of surprised. And we've all been there. Now, over his career, Hurdle has had his share of interesting quotes, and now deep thoughts by the skipper of the Rockies, Clint Hurdle.
If I had done everything I was supposed to, I'd be leading the league in homers, have the highest batting average, have given $100,000 to the Cancer Fund, and be married to Marie Osmond.
All righty then. Bottom of the 3rd, Rockies down 4-2. Brad Hopp pops it up. Foul territory. David Eckstein does everything he's supposed to do. Linda, we can look at this again. This might be better than Jeter's catch from last week.
It's up there.
A top play nominee. Hurdle also has some thoughts about pitching with guys on base. So let's have some more deep thoughts by Clint Hurdle.
It's Chinese water torture. It's not the first drop. But eventually, when that 100th drop hits you between the forehead, you scream.
Top 7. 7-6 Cards. Byung-Young Kim. Wild pitch. Scores Jason Marquis. And from the dugout, Hurdle with a silent scream. The Cardinals win 8-6 at Coors. Pirates have beaten the Marlins 8 straight times in the Berg. So is there a curse at PNC? Here's what Jack McKeon thinks about it. The curse just went down the toilet. I just flushed it down the toilet. Here's the curse, and I just flushed it. So apparently he flushed it.
Yeah.
Would McKeon be able to flush away the curse?
Nice.
Rob Makoviak would have something to say.
Fly ball to right, deep. Encarnacion back. Mac whack, tallywhack, grand slam. How about that? It is
A second career grand slam for Makoviak. 5th home run. The Pirates are 20-16 after starting 4-11.
SportsCenter top plays, number 10. How about the Diamondbacks and Mets at Shea? Royce Clayton showing us a few things, getting Miguel Cairo at first. But at least Cairo is starting now at second base for the Mets. But great play by Clayton for the finish. But the Mets win the game 2-1.
Number 9, Indians and Twins. And Torrey Hunter, let's just say he had himself a ball game. Makes this tremendous catch in center field. Also hit a grand slam, went 5 for 5, and his Twins won.
Number 8, Illinois. There's Jen Fisher and John Murphy exchanging vows. They got married at a water park, and of course you slide down the slide. They literally took the plunge.
Number 7, the Angels and White Sox.
Oh, my goodness, a little if they turn this one, amazing. That ball had more English on it than a cologne.
Pack your bags. We're going to Fiji for number 6. Catch a wave and you're sitting on top of the world. Kelly Slater is used to that position. Kelly is 6-time world champ, and you can see why. And what is that thing?
Number 5, Sports
Steve on the line by Ori, right to Nazir Mohammed. To Barry, 2 to shoot. He does with a left hand short, but Robert Ori gets up on 35-year-old legs and tip jams it right down the pipe.
Number 4, Reds Astros top 9. Adam Dunn, fly ball. Orlando Palmeiro for the love of elevation. What a catch. Can I see that again? Thank you. I'll tell you who's relieved, the guy on the mound. That would be Brad Lidge. Take a deep breath, Brad. You're okay.
Number 3 from the French Open, Mariano Puerta and Guillermo Canas. Canas returning far court. Great get to keep the point alive, and again saves 2 overheads and wins the point. Canas wins the point, lost in 5 sets.
Number 2, Cardinals Rockies. He's motoring. David Eckstein runs it down for the great catch. Amazing he didn't get hurt on that play.
Man, what a play by David Eckstein.
Number 1, Rangers Tigers.
Hit hard, and look at that stop at third by Inge. He guns and gets him. It don't get no better than that. Oh, my goodness, he took a double away. Sparkling play by Brandon Inge.
Sports